Okay. It's not storage. Never say what is a cloud computing means. Yeah, it is a storage. Don't say that one. Okay. For some people, maybe it is acceptable. For some people will get really angry. In a olden days, maybe it is okay. But nowadays, most of the people know what is a cloud computing. Okay. So in a 4 or 5 years back, everybody is like, yeah, cloud, cloud. In 2015, in that time only, we set up in our lab, as I said, now everything I explore. So we set up a private cloud with a SCVMM and this OpenStack clouds also. Okay, private clouds we set up for a lab environment for learning purpose. Nowadays, people learn AWS, Azure, all GCP. These are all public cloud service providers, and you don't require to put a more money on it. Yes, someone is trying to talk. Sandeep.
No, sir.
No, no, no. Okay. Okay. So the point of cloud computing is it delivering of computing services over internet. What is meant by computing services? It is servers, storages, databases, networking, softwares, analytics, intelligence, this kind of stuff. Delivering of computing services. What is that meaning? This we'll see. Here it is. Guys, I want to run an application. For think like this, I'm using a Zomato or Swiggy kind of application, or maybe a IRCT. No, not IRCT. I'm using maybe a Make Metric, Book My Show. Okay, so either I access that site using mobile application or maybe a website, right? I am accessing means that relevant servers are running somewhere, right? So I'm accessing means the organization of those things means a Swiggy company will maintain the web server to interact with the clients. Okay, in the front end, there is a web server which is used to interact to the clients related. Okay, and the back end of this web server, there is a application server, a database server is required. Okay, database server is required, or maybe a storage is also required. If this server is down, we cannot able to access. So we have to put a additional servers for load balancing and failover purposes. Okay, we have to put a additional servers, additional web servers, additional application servers, database servers, authentication servers. Okay, storage, everything. You have to add additionally. So then if one of the server is down, service should not be down. Server is down, but services should not be down. What we do, we'll create a load balancers and failovers. Load balancer to balance the load, application load or network load. It will balance between the different servers. Okay, and failover, even though one of the server is down, no problem. The other server will provide a service. Next one is, so one application what we think that will be runs on a different servers using distributed applications, distributed operating system, distributed network concepts are there, right? So I think you have discussed with the sir. Point is different applications running in a different servers and they are connected and they are communicating for a one certain purpose. Okay. Think like this, one server, the cost of one single server is 5 lakhs. And I need at least 6, 7 servers are required. The cost of servers are increases now. And you have to provide a network between them. Normally, we are using a normal LAN network that is okay cost, but between the servers and storages, there is a fiber optical connectivity is there. So then it is fiber optical connectivity is there. Meaning is, so the cost also increases there, right? Fiber optical switches, fiber optical cables, and that HBA kind of stuff. The network should be there, and public connectivity, public IP addresses, firewalls for security, firewalls for security, VPN for remote access, remote administration to access private communication purpose. Okay, and you kept in one location. For example, I kept in Hyderabad location. What about other location? Certain services for a certain regions, that is okay, but certain services not in one region, right? For think like a Facebook. Facebook, lot of people are accessing. Gmail, lot of people are accessing. Instagram, everybody is accessing. Okay. So YouTube, lot of people are accessing in the entire world, right? In certain countries, they may not use it, but lot of countries is using. So it is not if you are putting in one isolated place and it is lot of difficult, the slower access, the content is happens, right? We have to distribute in a different location. And if you distribute in a different locations, geographical locations, and you have to put a WAN connectivity between them. Okay. So disaster recovery, you have to create in a different locations like that. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to say is this is become cost for a organization. Of course, guys, if you go for a HCL or Cognizant, Wipro, TCS, Tech Mahindra. These are big companies can able to offer to build their own infrastructure for their organization purpose to run their application. They can build their own data centers, so then they can able to run their applications in the data center like that. They can run their client applications in their data centers. In different locations, they can able to put it because it's a very big organizations. You know, you have to purchase the servers, network components, storage related things. You have to purchase it. If you are purchasing it, it is called a capital expenditure. It is called a capital expenditure. First of all, for to build a data center, you have to build the data center means you have to purchase different equipments like a blade servers, rack servers. The racks you have to purchase it. Okay, and you have to give means the network connectivities. If it is a normal category cables, or maybe it can be a fiber optical cables, switches, routers, firewalls, okay, modems, right, for connectivity purpose, right? So these are all you have to buy. So if you are purchasing means it is a capital expenditure. So what is the second one is you purchased it, but you have to maintain, right? The servers are maintained by server engineers. Network maintenance by network engineers means the people are required to administrate these things. We need a server engineers, network engineers, backup engineers, storage engineers, okay, security engineers, cyber security engineers are required, okay, and monitoring people also required, service people are required means, so these are all should be maintained. Any issues occur immediately, they are required to report. That is, the service desk people are required. Desktop support engineers are required. Monitoring people are required. Monitoring tools are required. Service desk tools are required. Okay. So these are all for maintenance. Next one is it's about a people. And what is the maintenance? You have to applications, licenses, operating system, and their licenses. Of course, another that is only IT related. Another related also I'm telling. You have to maintain the temperature. a proper temperature, not high, not low. Like you have to maintain AC. Our normal home ACs are different. These ACs are different. Data center ACs are different. There's a dry air kind of stuff. Humidity, okay? Humidity, oxygen level, carbon dioxide level, okay? So different air mixtures are there. Not pure oxygen, not pure carbon dioxide. Air mixing kind of stuff. Fire escapes, okay. Power supplies, very important is you should go for a power supply. In a home, we have one single phase or maybe three phase. You have to take different phase areas, area wise, different lines, you have to take it. So placing a data center is not much easy. Like different areas, you have to take the lines, at least three, four lines you have to take from the different areas. Why? Because of in one area, power outages happen. In from another areas, we are getting power. Okay, the power lines, you have to do it. Second one is power backups, backup power supply. Okay, like a UPS works for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, right? And if UPS is also not supporting, we need a generators. We need a generators. And if you have a generators, it means you have to put some diesel inside. So you have to require a storage for diesel. And you start a generator, it generates lot of heat and a lot of carbon dioxide. So there is some escape from this carbon dioxide and a separate we have to create that one. So you are maintaining a data center inside. So depends upon the size of the data center and you have to maintain that room. Physical security also important. Another one is not only network security, physical security. So not everyone is cannot go inside your data center. Okay, if I want to go to data center, I need an authorization. I have a logbook that is this person is entered plus one who is entered with me. Okay, for example, I'm a data center maintenance person. My CEO of company came. He want to check in what is inside a data center. He want to put his thumb impression. He cannot go. He has to take permission from the person who is maintaining the data center. Then he is going to take him to show that how the data center is there. Even the CEO cannot have the authority go inside of data center. So who can able to go inside, who cannot able to go inside, CC cameras, that thermal scannings, fingerprint scanning, compulsory, biometric scanning compulsory. So then people can able to go inside. Okay, physical security is required. Maintenance, that environment maintenance, the temperature, okay, air conditioners, moisturizer level, oxygen levels, power connectivities. These are all important for to maintain the data center. Okay, environmental maintenance and device maintenance, equipment components maintenance, power maintenance. Okay, these are also important for an organization. Okay, these things we call it as a operational expenditure. What is capital expenditure? You buy an equipment for your data center setup. Okay, that is called a capital expenditure. Once you purchased it, but you have to maintain, right? You have to maintain physical environment. You have to maintain the servers. We need a people to maintain it. We need a tools to maintain it. Okay, so that is the maintenance cost. We call it as a operational expenditure. Operational expenditure. Understand, guys, what is capital expenditure, operational expenditure? These 2 points. What happened? Oh, okay. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Next. So I am a small business person. I'm a small business person. So I want to set up a data center, but capital expenditure for me is high. Operational expenditure is also higher for me. But I want to run my applications. Okay. So what I will do it, I got some idea that is some organization, maybe like an organization like a Controllers, or maybe a Savantis, or maybe something Tech Mahindra organization, okay, I like that. So I there is organizations which provide a data center. They're having data center for renting purpose. So I will approach them. I ask them how many servers I want it, how many servers I want it, and how much data storage is requirement, what network requirement, what public connectivity is requirement. So as per my application running, I'll give the requirements. He will provision that requirements in his data center. For example, this is someone's data center. What I have taken a certain servers, network components, storages as per to run my application. I've taken a rent and I have to pay monthly or yearly for renting, right? You are taking rent, a house rent is there. You have to pay for month or yearly, you have to rent. Rent you have to pay. So I'm renting some servers and some storage part, like a storage and a servers network. So what are the requirements to run my application? I've taken a rent from an organization. So I no need to buy, right? I no need to buy, no capital expenditure. Maintenance. So as I taken a rent, the maintenance cost is also uh, is be shareable because when I was within the rent, this is the rent cost, this is maintenance cost, both I have to pay. And the maintenance will be done by who is the person is actually maintaining my servers, who is maintaining the data center, he will maintain. I don't need to maintain. I don't need to buy any service. I'll pay only rent. This is good enough. So no capital expenditure, no operational expenditure. The thing is, only small thing is, if you take a rent like this, the flexibility is reduces because data center is not in your hand. You want to increase one more server, then you have to apply like I need extra server. For example, demand of your application is increases. You know, there is a Orkut application is there before Facebook. From Gmail, from Google, there is a social media platform called Orkut. Lot of people are used, but problem is that time lot of people do not have internet facilities also. People having internet facility, computer there, that time also good, but still lot of people are not that much rush to Orkut. Only college people like that they will use it. Okay. And later on days, the Facebook came into market. Very less members are using Facebook. Even when I was in the Facebook, only 5 members, 10 members. That too, I don't know those are in my classmates only. I don't know who are there. Okay, most of my friends are in the Orkut, but when I was joining to the Facebook, very less members. Later on days, within the 1 year, the Facebook is become very busy. So I thought my application is accessed by maybe 1,000 members or maybe 1 lakh members in the world. Within a lesser the time, my application become demand. My application become demand. Just like your WhatsApp, Instagram, that is very well. So how many people are earlier now? Everybody is using this WhatsApp for video calling, Instagram for video calling. No need of like even if you are from outside of India, you can able to communicate easily. Okay, so if you are Means earlier days we need a computer, we need an internet connection, we need a Skype. So then we can able to do face-to-face communication. Now it is not required. Simply WhatsApp, we can call it. Simply Instagram, you can call it, right? So it is become more easier. So it is become more demand in the public, right? So earlier when what I thought this is enough for my data center setup, so I have taken rent. Now what happened? For a few days it is demand increased, and later it is maybe reduces. We don't know. If demand increases, again you have to rent more servers. Demand reduces, you have to say no, 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 I don't want to pay for these rented servers. I am because I am utilizing only 4 servers and I'm not paying for 6 servers. So what happened when demand increases and decreases? Difficult to scale, and scale up and scale down is a difficulty is there in the rented data center. But still, there is a advantage is capital expenditure, operational expenditure will be reduces. The flexibility to connect, like as your own, you cannot able to provision means adding extra servers or extra storage by yourself. You cannot provision yourself. You have to ask the data center maintenance to increase your infrastructure or to reduce your infrastructure kind of stuff. Okay. Understand, guys, the last point. If you rent, taken as a rent, what happened? Who is maintaining this data center? Okay. You have to ask him to increase your infrastructure, reduce the infrastructure. But you, by your own self, you cannot increase, because you are in the rent mode. Understand advantages and disadvantages, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So why this cloud computing is replacing all these models? Why cloud computing is replacing both the models? It's not replacing. What is the advantage of using cloud computing? An organization. I want to run my application in the server. Simple. Log into the cloud as an organization user or for a personal users also. Even myself as my own, I can log into my AWS cloud account and I can create my EC2 instant. I can run my application. Okay, I can run my application, and I'm paying only for that utilization only. I'm not paying for everything thing. Okay. So I'm not paying for a actual server cost. I'm not paying for any maintenance. Only they decide what cost for a hour or what cost for a day or a month or year. So I will pay for it. And faster provisioning means I want to increase my infrastructure because suddenly my application demand increases. What happened? I need more servers to run. Simply, I can scale up my infrastructure as requirement, or I configure auto scaling. Auto scaling means whenever demand increases, the infrastructure increases. Automatic requirement of servers, CPUs, RAMs, storage requirement is higher. So what happens? Automatically it increases and balance the load in between. You know, Amazon, Flipkart do flash sales. I don't know whether now they are doing now or not. Any new product is launched, they do flash sales. At a flash sale time, lot of increase on the servers. Okay, lot of increase on the servers. First thing. Second one is sometimes fest will come. Fest time, everybody will open, whether they are purchasing or not purchasing. Even night time, midnight also people will open and see any offers are there, any offers are there. Now this is a good offer and they will buy. So more demand on the server. What is the use of this auto scaling? Demand increases, it increases the number of servers and load balance in between. So customers don't feel lag in the application. Okay, so that is the point of auto scaling. So advantage of using cloud computing is, so you don't need to buy any servers here. So no capital expenditure. No need to maintain any servers or physical infrastructure or network related infrastructure like a servers you don't need to maintain, network you don't need to maintain, security things you don't need to maintain. Okay, by default means the equipment you don't need to maintain and the physical environment you don't need to maintain like a power supplies kind of stuff. And the cloud computing things like AWS, Azure, and GCP, their data centers are in the different places, in different geographical location, different regions. They have their data centers. They have their data centers. So what is the advantage of it? Okay, what is the advantage of it? So depends upon my client location, I can deploy my application without building another data center in that location. Okay, so for example, I'm in Hyderabad, so I build an application, put it in AWS, Mumbai region, I put my application. It can be accessed by nearby people, right? For example, in Australia, my application is also having demand in Australia region. So what I will do it, I'll put it in a Australia data center in the same AWS, in same AWS, same region, or some content delivery system. I'll manage some content delivery system. It can be accessed in US. It cannot be accessed in China. Okay, so like that, we can manage the content delivery systems, or we can put our entire application in different regions for a different purposes. Okay, we'll get back to the region part once again, but see it is, you don't need of capital expenditure, so no need to buy any servers and no need to maintain any servers or physical infrastructure. So no operational expenditure. Okay, no need to maintain physical securities, power supplies, ACs, all these things you need to maintain means no operational expenditure. You have to pay as you go means how much you are utilized, that much only you are paying. You are not paying for which is there like that. It's not like whatever you are using it, how much storage you are used, how many servers you use it, what network you are using, how many networks you are using. That's based on that you are paying for it. Okay. Next is faster provisioning is there. Means you want a 4 servers, you will get 4 servers immediately. You don't need to wait for a permission for the data center maintenance guy. Simply you log in, you want a 4 servers, deploy 4 servers. You want a 40 servers, you will get a 40 servers. Immediately provisioning is there. Auto scaling, elasticity. There is a very two important auto scaling, elasticity. Scale up, scale down is a one of the property. Means demand increases, the scaling is based on the scaling, it will automatically deploy number of servers and auto load balance between them. So then the customer never feel the lag of the application. Elasticity means scale up and scale down. Demand increases, scale up. Demand decreases, scale down. So that is called a elasticity. So that is another property of your cloud computing. Okay. Just like as it is renting a data center, cloud computing is just like renting a data center, but one thing is important compared to renting a data center is no need to wait for someone given a permission or provisioning your data center means your server storage kind of stuff. Simply you can able to configure it. Okay, so it is like a why cloud computing is typically cheaper to use. Cloud computing is delivery of computing services or internet by using pay as you go pricing model. Pay as you use. Okay. It lowers your operating cost. Run your infrastructure more efficiently. Scale your business needs changes. As I said, I build an application and deploy into 2 servers. Now it is running good, but maybe my application got superhit. Okay, now demand increases. I need more infrastructure. So I no need to wait for purchasing new servers or renting is available, not available, not required. So I can increase my infrastructure immediately as demand is increases. To put another way, the cloud computing way of renting computer power and storage from someone else data center. But I told the difference between renting and difference between using cloud computing. In a cloud computing, you no need to ask like I need extra server. Simply take one extra server by simple click. You can treat cloud resources like you would resource in your own data set. So you can use the resources. That's a normal point. When you are done using them, you give them back. You are billed only for what you use. Okay. In the cloud computing, what resources you require? You want a server, you want a storage, you want a network, you want some application inside. You can use it as long as you use it. Once you are done, so you can close it. Simply, only what are the things you are use, that only you have to pay. You need to pay if you do not use for no longer. For example, I created a server. I'm using for 3 days. I pay for 3 days. Then I closed it, means I deleted it. So I don't need to pay for it. Okay. So whenever you are using, you have to pay for it. Instead of maintaining CPU storage in your data center, you can run them from time you need them. So whenever you require, you can take it and use it. And once it is completed, you can just close it or delete it. The cloud provider take care of maintaining underlying infrastructure for you. The cloud enable you to quickly solve your toughest business challenges and bring cutting edge solutions to users. Not only just accessing servers kind of stuff, guys, there is a lot of tools will help you to maintain better infrastructure, better application, better platforms for to run your application kind of stuff. Okay, so that's the point here. Even AWS, there's bring lot of other tools to utilize in a better, more efficient way. Okay. So that's the point. So once again, what is the cloud computing? Is a delivery of computing services or computing resources or internet by using pay-as-you-go model. Okay, computing services or a computing resources means server, storage, network, okay, applications, softwares, databases, analytics, intelligence, different tools are available in the cloud. What are the some cloud computing advantages? Here is the point, high availability. What is a high availability? You can make the application or a resource available always to the users. So even server is down, you can create a failover between the application failover, network failover kind of stuff. So then one of the server is down, other the client will get a service. Already I told what is a failover. If even if a server is down, user will get service. Client will get a service, right? So you can make it possible with this cloud. Okay, you can make high availability, scalability. There is a vertical and a horizontal scalability possible. What is that one? Vertical scalability means you take one server, demand of the server increases, you can increase its CPU capacity and RAM capacity and storage capacity also. Horizontal scaling means adding more server to the existing server. So then uh, the balance between these servers and demand on the each server will be reduces and client will get a easy access. Okay. Elasticity, it is auto scaling type. It means, as I said, demand increases, scaling scale up means number of instance will be deployed. Demand decreases, number of instance will be reduces, and auto load balancing between them. Agile means the requirements maybe changes by client, or maybe demand requirements will be changes. So we can, based on the changes, we can configure according to it. Agility. Okay. Deploy and configure cloud-based resources quickly as your app requirement changes. Okay. Geo distribution. What is a geo distribution means? In the world, there is a lot of regions are there. For example, in India, we have two major data center for AWS. Azure also having two data centers in India. Okay. In Australia, it is there. In New Zealand, it is there. In America, so we have 4 or 5 data main regions are there. So what is this? The data centers are distributed into different geographical locations. Depends upon the customer base. You can run your application in their data centers. Okay. Another one is disaster recovery. Because of you are putting your data centers in different locations, different geographical locations. In one of the location, something climatic changes are happen. For example, tsunamis are occur, earthquakes. Now some places wars are going on. So it's like there someone put a bomb on your data center. Okay. So if you save your data, or if you save your application and their data into another data centers in another regions, even if one of the region is down completely, still you are having your information in the other data centers. So we can able to quickly run from it. So by taking advantage of cloud-based backup services, data replications, your distributions, you can deploy your application with the confidence that comes from knowing that your data is safe in the event of disaster. Okay, guys, this is what is a cloud, what is the advantage of using cloud, and what is the in a name wise, what are the advantages of cloud? Like a high availability, scalability. It is not advantage exactly. Say it is a properties of cloud. The cloud has having these properties. That is high availability, scalability, elasticity, agility, geo distribution, and disaster recovery. Okay. Cloud computing is a consumption-based model. No upfront cost. No upfront cost, as I said. No upfront cost means no capital expenditure. No need to buy any servers, network equipment, storages, firewalls. No need to buy. So no need to purchase and manage costly infrastructure that the user might not use to the fullest. You may not use, you purchase a 50 servers. You may not use as their capacity. Okay, so it is, and you have to maintain the maintenance cost will be reduces, and capital expenditure, operational expenditure will be reduced. So no upfront cost, no to purchase, no to manage. Ability to additional resources when they are needed. As I said, ability to pay for additional resources when they are needed. Just you need additional thing. You need additional storage. You need additional server. You need additional network kind of stuff. You need additional application support requirement. So you can take it, use it, and pay for it. That's it. Ability to stop paying for resource that no longer required. For example, I need a 5 servers right now, so then I am using it. I'm paying for a 5 servers. So later I find that is 3 servers are more than enough to run my application. So then I unprovision two servers. So what I have done, I deleted 2 more servers. So how many servers I have to pay now? Only for 3 servers only. Now not required to pay for a 5. So initially I have taken a 5. Now I am using only 3. Okay. I need additional, some support is required, some cloud watch is required. Now it is not required. For example, I not need to pay for that. Okay. So if you use, you pay. If you don't use, no need to pay for that one. So simple concept of cloud computing. Okay. So in the cloud computing, we have a different models, public, private, hybrid cloud, and different services also there. That is called infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. And we're also going to discuss about different service providers and different domains. Okay, and some questions also there. So yeah, I'm talking almost like a 1 hour. Okay, and you're also listening. So we'll take small break. Before that one, we'll take a one attendance and make sure after break also